Rahim, I hope you're doing well. So we were studying prepositions and we covered lots of prepositions with their appropriateness and the rules they follow. So we are looking forward more such prepositions which are repeatedly used in writing, in formation of writing, and in English error corrections. So today we have different uses of about and some appropriate prepositions. Preposition about has several uses. It can refer to the movement or position in various directions or place. The children were running about. The children were running in various directions. So here about word shows a direction. Clothes were lying about the room. The clothes were lying in various places in the room. So this about shows the various places inside of room. About can also mean near or nearby. Is anybody about? Is anybody nearby? This is the use of about here. There was no one about to save the boy from drowning. Okay, so uses of about are clear. Now, in connection with, about can mean in connection with. We talked about his plans. Means in connection with. This is common use of about. They told the police about it. I don't know anything about it. In connection with, uske mutalik ya uske bare mein. And there is a word roughly. About can be used to make a rough estimate of something. जिस तरीके से कोई भी for example एक rough estimate हम लगाते हैं about distance, about amount, or it can be used for various uses. There were about 20 boys in the class. It is a rough estimate of the number of students in the class. The actual figure could be slightly higher or lower. It is about 3 o'clock, not exactly 3. लगभग जिसे हम कहते हैं. She is about 40 years old, not exactly 40, but yeah, 39 or 41, yeah, near about. Okay. Expressions with about, how about, and what about. These expressions are usually used to ask for a person's opinion regarding something. How about it? What's your opinion? What about going for a long drive? What is your opinion about going for a long drive? She is pretty girl, but what about her character? So while you are doing it, about and on can have similar meanings. About can be used to talk about ordinary general kinds of communication. On is used to talk about something more serious or academic. तो about को जब हम यहाँ पे यूज करेंगे इस मीनिंग के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में, तो जनरल कम्युनिकेशन के पर्पस के लिए about यूज होगा. और सेकंड पार्ट में जो on है, on is used for the serious or academic communication. जैसे है, it is a picture book for children about the castles of Europe. It is a textbook on African history. Okay, ये generalized है and this is a specific one. Okay, words with appropriate prepositions. This is going to be the last topics in one of the last topics in the prepositions. और तकरीबन जो nature of the preposition के words हैं या फिर उसके types हैं, kinds हैं, uses हैं, वो हमने अपने previous lectures में cover कर लिए हैं. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. Some verbs, adjectives and nouns are followed by particular prepositions. Here are some of the most common combinations. Note that the alternative are sometimes possible and that the British and American usage sometimes differ. अब ये जो word list है mostly testing patterns में, errors में या फिर writing के अंदर mostly use होती है. पहला word है absorbed in. He is completely absorbed in his research work. मतलब खो जाना, मगन हो जाना, गुम हो जाना. Abstain from. You must abstain from smoking and drinking. Abstain from मतलब बाज रहना. कोई भी चीज जो लीगली अलो नहीं है या फिर मोरली इट इज नॉट अलाउड, तो उसे हम कहते हैं abstain from, बाज रहना. उसके बाद वर्ड है acceptable to. That suggestion is not acceptable to us. Acceptable to us. काबिल कबूल नहीं है. Acquainted with. I'm only slightly acquainted with him. The word acquainted means बारे में पता होना. I'm only slightly acquainted with him. मुझे इसके बारे में थोड़ी ही मालूमात है, या फिर मैं थोड़ा ही इनके बारे में जानता हूँ. Okay, acquitted of. James was acquitted of the charge of theft. मतलब किसी भी इल्जाम से बरी होना. Adopt, अपने आप को किसी भी हैबिट में या फिर किसी भी नए माहौल में, एनवायरनमेंट में अडॉप्ट कर लेना, या फिर कोई भी चीज कहीं से फॉर एग्जांपल उठानी है तो उसको फॉलो करना. सो वी कॉल इट एडॉप्टेशन. अडॉप्ट. वन मस्ट लर्न टू अडॉप्ट वन सेल्फ टू चेंजिंग सर्कमस्टेंसेस. ठीक है. एडिक्टेड. एडिक्शन की मीनिंग है कि किसी चीज की लत लग जाना, विच इज अ नेगेटिव वर्ड. जेम्स इज एडिक्टेड टू गैम्बलिंग. मतलब जुआ खेलने का बहुत शौक है जेम्स को. एडमिट, कबूल करना. ही वॉज एडमिटेड टू द मेडिकल कॉलेज. एडमिट, हाँ ठीक है. एडमिट टू मतलब दाखिल करना. इसकी एक और मीनिंग भी है विच मीन्स कबूल करना. एडमिट ऑफ. दिस इज एन अर्जेंट मैटर विच एडमिट्स ऑफ नो डिले. ठीक है. एडमिट ऑफ नो डिले. अलाउ करना, परमिशन देना. ओके. दिस इज एन अर्जेंट मैटर विच एडमिट्स ऑफ नो डिले. मतलब ये जो मामला है ये ज्यादा डिले करने के हक में नहीं है, या उसकी इसके लिए परमिट नहीं कर रहा. अलॉटेड, इट्स सिंपल वर्ड. आई परफॉर्म द टास्क अलॉटेड टू मी, जिसकी मुझे परमिशन थी, यहाँ पे अलाउ किया गया. अमेज एड. आई वॉज अमेज एड अ परफॉर्मेंस. अमेज एड भी सिंपल वर्ड है. anxious to, she is anxious to hear from her son. मतलब जैसे कोई फॉर एग्जाम्पल एंशियस होता है, somebody is waiting eagerly to listen something. So it's about it. Avail of. Avail yourself of this opportunity. मतलब अपने आप को कोई भी अपॉर्चुनिटी या फिर कोई भी जो काम है उसको हासिल करना. अवेल, टू अवेल मीन्स हासिल करना. अवेल ऑफ, उसको इस काबिल बनाना कि कोई भी बंदा अपॉर्चुनिटी ले सके. ओके. अवेयर ऑफ. ये सिंपल है. आई एम नॉट अवेयर ऑफ देयर प्लान्स. मतलब पता ना होना. बैकवर्ड इन. शी इज रादर बैकवर्ड इन स्टडी. पीछे होना. बिलीव इन, यकीन करना. अच्छा, ये जो वर्ड है बिलीव इन, ये मोस्टली मतलब एक रॉन्ग प्रीपोजिशन के साथ यूज होता है. जैसे वर्ड है आई बिलीव ऑन यू. सो बिलीव ऑन इज अ रॉन्ग वर्ड. आई बिलीव इन यू. डू यू बिलीव इन घोस्ट्स? आई बिलीव इन अल्लाह. तो इंग्लिश के हिसाब से इन इज अप्रोप्रिएट हियर. ओके. बूस्ट ऑफ. शी बूस्ट्स ऑफ अ एरिस्टोक्रेटिक अपब्रिंगिंग. बूस्ट कहते हैं जैसे जोश और वलवले में आ जाना, या फिर माहौल को देख के अपनी चीजों को बढ़ाना. एरिस्टोक्रेटिक अपब्रिंगिंग हम कहते हैं एलीट क्लास, या फिर जो सिविल सर्वेंट्स का माइंडसेट होता है, आम सोसाइटी, आम लोगों से अलग थलग, उसे हम कहते हैं एरिस्टोक्रेटिक अपब्रिंगिंग. ब्रूड ओवर. डोंट ब्रूड ओवर पास्ट फेलियर्स. मतलब ध्यान ना देना इतना. सो दीज वर्ड्स आर टेकिंग appropriate prepositions with them. Call it means visit. On the way we called it a friend's house. ठीक है. Call for, demand करना. The principal has called for an explanation from the suspended students. Care for, परवाह होना. I don't care for your objections. I have decided to do it. Well done. आगे है commonly confused prepositions. About and on. Both about and on can mean regarding. इन दोनों के वर्ड्स की मीनिंग हो सकती है रिगार्डिंग. देयर इज अ स्लाइट डिफरेंस between them. We had a discussion about money. We gave a lecture on finance. About use in the first sentence suggests that the discussion was ordinary, yeah, journal. On used, the second sentence suggests that the lecture was serious and academic. ये यूज हमने previously पढ़ी थी. Suitable for the specialist. ठीक है. Specific to journal and academic to the unique, या फिर specialized चीज के लिए हम on use करते हैं. Above and over. Above and over can both mean higher than. अब देखते हैं आगे क्या है. The water came up above, over or west. Above is preferred when one thing is not directly over another. मतलब ठीक है. अब वो हम तब यूज करते हैं जहां पे कोई भी चीज किसी और चीज के ऊपर ना हो, उससे थोड़ा सा ऊपर हो या कितना भी, लेकिन एक दूसरे के ऊपर ना हो. There's a temple above the lake. मतलब लेक के ऊपर एक टेम्पल है. Temple is not directly over the lake. ये फर्क है इन दोनों वर्ड्स में. Over is preferred when one thing covers or touches another. ठीक है, it's clear. He put on a sweater over his shirt. मतलब शर्ट के ऊपर. Not he put on a sweater above his shirt. Above मतलब सर से भी ऊपर चला जाएगा फिर. In the measurement of temperature and height, we use above. In measurements of ages, speeds, we use over. ठीक है, इस बात को आप नोट कर लें. You will need it in your writing. The temperature never rose above 5 degrees Celsius. You have to be over 18 to see that film. कोई खास कोई खास तरह की मूवी है. Above 18. Yes. Under 18 का जो content है, it's not like कि for example it should be given to all. बहुत सारी ऐसी psychological based movies हैं जो under 18 बच्चों को नहीं देखनी चाहिए क्योंकि उनके दिमाग में वहम और वसवसे पैदा हो जाते हैं. So take it very positively. Okay, across and through. The difference between across and through is similar to the difference meaning on and in. Through is used for movement in three-dimensional space with things on all sides. Across cannot be used with that meaning. तो वैसे तो सिमिलर कहे जा सकते हैं लेकिन थ्रू की जो मीनिंग है वो थ्री डायमेंशनल स्पेस में हम गैस कर सकते हैं या फिर इसकी जो मूवमेंट है, बट दिस इज नॉट सेम केस विद द अक्रॉस. कंपैरिजन है इसमें. वी वेंट थ्रू द वुड, वी वर इन द वुड कहते हैं जंगल को यहाँ पे. ठीक है. The road goes through the forest. We walked across the desert. We were on the desert. ठीक है. We went through the wood. मतलब हम जंगल के थ्रू चले गए. और the road goes through the forest. Forest के बीच में रास्ता था. We walked across the desert. मतलब हम desert पे ही थे. ठीक है. Commonly confused prepositions part 2. Across and over can both be used to mean. ये तो हो गया है शायद. On the other side of line, road or bridge. There is a hospital across over the border. There is a hospital on the other side of the border. His shop is across or over the road. His shop is on the other side of the road. Across and over can also be used to talk about the movement to the other side of line or road. He jumped across or over the stream. We prefer over when we say on or to the other side of something high. He climbed over the wall, not he climbed across the wall. We prefer across when we say on or to the other side of something flat. We swam across the river, not we swam over the river. ठीक है. मतलब किसी भी चीज में सीधा घुस जाना या उसके ऊपर चलना, it's like that, where we need to use cross. Okay, along. The preposition along is used with nouns that refer to the things with a long thin shape. Examples are road, river, corridor, or line. Zabardast explanation here. The preposition along is used when nouns that refer to the things with a long thin shape. Examples: roads, rivers, corridors, and line. She ran along the road. There are trees along the riverside. Okay. Along and through. To talk about periods or activities, we prefer through. She was silent all through the journey, not she was silent all along the journey. Not that along can also be used as an adverb particle. Come along, come with me. Run along now, go away. And then prepositions, some special points to be noted. Cases where the prepositions are omitted. Prepositions of time are generally omitted before words like last, first, next, or this. I made him last Friday, not I made him on last Friday. We will discuss the matter next time. I will visit my parents this week. The use of preposition in the following types of sentence is optional. I was here in the July before. I was here in the July before last. They visited us on the day before yesterday. He left the city on the next day. We lived there for 3 months. Okay. Prepositions are after certain verbs. चले ये भी कर लेते हैं. Some intransitive verbs become transitive when a preposition is placed after them. Note it, it's very essential rule. Examples are listen to, apply to, partake of, aware of, be aware of, depend upon, dispense with, dispose of, and prevail upon. Different prepositions, some words which differ slightly in form of the meaning from each other take different prepositions after them. For example, desire for, desirous of, confidence in, confident of. जब एक class of word change हो जाती है तो वहां पे different preposition use होती है same words के साथ. Like desire for is it's a verb, desired for, desirous is an adjective, desirous of. Confidence in, confident of, according to, in accordance with, sensible of, insensible to. Affection for, affectionate to, ambition for, ambitious of, fond of, fondness for, neglectful of, neglect in. Dislike to, liking for. Okay, gerund after preposition. Gerund आपको पता है, we call the fourth verb as gerund या फिर वो noun जो inform के साथ बने. The infinitive can be used with certain words which require a preposition followed by a gerund. I'm thinking of visiting my parents. He is bent of attending meeting. You have no excuse for being late. Chale, special uses of some prepositions. In and eight, both eight and in can be used with the names of cities, towns, and villages. We use in when we are talking about place as an area. We use eight when we see it as a point. Compare, my sister lives in Tokyo. Our plane stopped at Tokyo on way to Iran. We use eight to talk about group activities in shops and workplaces. I first met him at a party, not in a party. There weren't many people at the meeting. I saw him at the baker's shop. We use in with the names of streets in it when we give the house number. He lives in MG Street. He lives at 128 MG Street. We use on when we think of a place as a surface. The kid is lying on the floor. Hang this picture on the wall. Till and until. इनको note कर लें. Both till and until are used of time, for time. We awaited till or until 2 o'clock. He slept till or until 11 a.m. Okay, since is used before a noun or a phrase denoting some point of time. It is preceded by the verb in the perfect tense. Okay. He has not eaten anything since yesterday. Since एक point of time है, जब भी हमें कोई भी ऐसा expression देना पड़ता है जहाँ पे कोई point of time show हो, so where we use it. और हम जानते हैं कि perfect tenses के अंदर we have experiences. तो experiences यहाँ पर जो work का complete frame होता है, उसको बयान करने के लिए time frame is very necessary. So it is used in perfect tenses, mostly perfect continuous tense में. He has been ill since last Monday. It has been raining since yesterday. Okay. In is used before a noun denoting a period of time. It means at the end of, within the means before the end of. I shall return in an hour at the end of an hour. I shall return with an hour before the end of 1 hour. Correct use of some prepositions. Preposition may be small words, but they are very important ones, and their correct use shows your mastery of the language. Here are some hints about the correct use of the prepositions. Okay, beside and besides. Beside means by the side of, besides means in addition to. They have a house beside the sea, means by the side of the sea. सामने जैसे हम कहते हैं. He stood beside me means by my side. मेरे बिल्कुल सामने, यहाँ पे. He plays the violin besides the piano and the guitar. He plays 3 instruments. Besides being a good actor, he is also a good singer. In addition to being a good actor, he is also a good singer. सिंस एंड फॉर। चलिए सिंस आपको पता लग गया। फॉर हम यूज करते हैं फॉर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल 2 years 3 years 2 months 2 weeks 3 days। ये कंप्लीट एक टाइम फ्रेम है जिसमें हमें मतलब वी डू नॉट नीड एनी पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, बट हम कंप्लीट टाइम बताएंगे कितने साल। और वहीं पे अगर फॉर एग्जांपल हमें सिंस यूज करना है तो इट विल शेयर द पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, मतलब कब से ये काम स्टार्ट हुआ। सिंस, ठीक है, सिंस मंडे, सिंस 2015 and since 1947, like that। he has been absent since Tuesday, मतलब ट्यूसडे से वो बंदा आया ही नहीं। घर कह के मैं यूनिवर्सिटी जा रहा हूँ और खुद आया ही नहीं। I have been ill since last week, he has been absent for 3 days, इसमें पीरियड ऑफ टाइम है। I have been ill for 2 weeks, पूरे 2 हफ्ते मैं बीमार रहा। बिटवीन एंड अमंग, चलिए ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। मोस्टली जो बिटवीन वर्ड है उसकी एक यूज प्रॉपर भी नहीं पढ़ाई जाती। चलिए देखते हैं इफ these notes have that use, तो मैं आप नहीं तो फिर मैं आपको पढ़ा दूंगा। Between is used to refer to 2 or 3 separate people or things। चलिए डेफिनेशन में आ गया। Between हम यूज करेंगे 2 या 2 से ज्यादा सेपरेट अलग लोगों के बारे में या फिर चीजों के बारे में। Among is used when the reference is to a group of people or things which we do not see separately। She said among the children, she said between Susie and Anne। कॉमनली में ये पढ़ाया जाता है कि बिटवीन 2 से ज्यादा चीजों के बीच में यूज होता है, बट ऐसा नहीं है, 2 चीजों के बारे में भी हो सकता है और 2 से ज्यादा भी। ठीक है। This is a custom which exists among the Hindus। He has a house between the river and the woods। जंगल और रिवर के बीच में उसे घर है। By and with, ये बिल्कुल इजी है। By is used to refer to the doer of an action, with is used to refer to the instrument which the action is performed। The spider was killed by the boy। The boy killed a spider with a stone। ठीक है। करेक्ट यूज ऑफ प्रीपोजिशन पार्ट 3। चलें।